And we're live, ladies and gentlemen. We haven't done this in a while. To my right, well, actually, my left is Mr. Alan Mitchell. Yeah, and obviously, I'm Nelson Matt. You didn't know that. What are you doing here? Alan, dude. So myself and Alan are chatting, and he had he's got a thing for swords. Yeah, and the stuff he's sharing on Instagram is not only just brilliant, but it is actually funny. Yeah. So Alan, dude, I haven't got the video loaded yet. Okay. It is still loading. So tell me, what are we doing?
What shall we talk about? That's the question.
Yes. That video is still loading, man. Okay, so Alan did this on Instagram, yeah, about him going to town on. It's not a pumpkin. What the hell was it?
Butternut, man. Butternut. It's a heavy, tough veggie. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a butternut. The worst pumpkin ever. My wife will agree with me. But I hate butternut soup. Butternut soup. The only thing that's wrong with it, there's no meat in it. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
So you take the butternut out, you put meat in, and then I'll have the soup. That's no issues. But
yeah.
Dude, okay, I can only talk so much crap. This video is still loading. So for the guys that you here, this is what happens. Yeah, we've already got comments flying. Sean is saying, "What's up, Doc?" Hey, Sean, how's it going, man? Sean and Mitchell Green, all the way from the US. Yeah, man, he's a freaking cool dude. I seriously enjoy his friendship. Arizona. Wiley, how's it going, dude? And then Mr. Victor Peter Danzil. How's it going, Vic? Oh, Oscar, and look at that shit. Alan.
Oscar, please don't do that, please. The lung pampun. That's what you would call it, I guess. I did not eat it. I had a steak.
Excellent. And then Mr. Jack Conn saying, how's it? Oscar butternut. There we go, man. There's two things wrong with that word. It's butter and nut. And then we've got Ray.
another butternut, dirty butternut supporter. Ray, you are right, man.
Yeah,
you
exactly. Right. And Ray obviously follows you on Instagram, right?
Super.
So just click on that video, man. That's still loading. All right. And Mitch is saying, Mitch, I gave her the knife, and I believe it might be in the safe. Yeah, so she's not using it. Butternut and bacon. No, just bacon. JB, what's up, buddy? Robert, how's it going, man? And Robert, I see you on Saturday, right? And Robert is coming for a class on Saturday. Travis, how's it going, dude? Yeah, man, classes have been rocking. Seriously. That's why I'm having to put in 3 extra machines. Because in the forging part of things, we can do 10 people. Yeah. But when it comes to the grind room, I only have 7 machines, which is, yeah, I know. I suffer with only 7 machines, man. So I had to build it. Well, I'm in the process of building another 3. Man, Africa. We've got Africa problems, is all I can say. Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm going to have to move this mic. I can't see the camera. When my wife decides to join us again, I'll bring her in. Alan, do you want your own country?
I'm from that place in South Africa where you've got the flat mountain. Yeah, I know. I've only lived here for a year before. Now I'm back over here, and yes, I drive badly. I recycle everything, and sometimes I speak with a funny accent that makes you think that I'm not even from Africa. Yes.
That's freaking cool, man. Mr. Zwan is also in the house. Mr. Kraus, how's it going, dude? There's nothing wrong with butter.
Absolutely,
if it's proper butter. Yeah. Not the margarine stuff. Yeah. Excellent, Robert. Looking forward to it, man. Brother, it is the only knife in her collection that is from over the seas. Yeah, from out of Africa. So yeah, she's not going to use it. I can promise you that. She is not going to use it. I think she might have eaten dinner with it once, and that's when I gave it to her. And that's it, man. Bringing gifts. Now look at that. Robert knows the African things, yeah? Bribery and corruption. That's what works out here. What type of bacon? Dude, so there's you ask my little one, well, he's not little anymore, he's 14. You ask him what's better than 1 ton of bacon, and he'll tell you straight, 2 tons of bacon. That's any bacon. Any bacon. Yeah. Jerry,
I see
thanks, brother.
Vaughan was busy roasting a pig today on wherever he was, which looked fantastic. You could actually smell it.
Yes, he sent me videos, and that was just wrong, right? And while I'm driving, and now you're looking at this and you're thinking, I'm not that far from him. So I think, damn it. There is no power to build anything. Stephen, you need to clarify.
Stephen maybe load shedding.
Yeah, load shedding. But then use the power of your imagination, as I was told. Dude, you saw me hand sanding by fucking candlelight a couple of months ago. You've got no excuse, man. You've got no excuse. You either want to do it or you'll find excuses. That's my motto. Stevie, out on a lunch break. What the hell, dude? I should fly over there and whip you. Lunch break. Walk and talk, buddy. Eat and grind. It's a thing. Sure. How's it going? Alan, you know what I just realized? I'm in a seriously cock mood. I should actually not be in social media tonight, man. I'm going to get throwing their TVs and slapping their phones.
Sean, yes, I am drinking the official miners beer. That is my beer of choice. So yes, 100%.
That is a good question, Victor. That really is a good question. I think he's got some other capuchin monkey that he trained that is hand sanding all his stuff, and he just pops on live every now and then after taking photos of elephants and stuff. And then he posts those and pretends that he actually makes knives. He's not making knives, man. I can promise you that. He's got some other giraffe sitting there licking the things clean. Frederick, how's it going, man? Gary, okay. My wife is obviously not coming back. So, Alan, let's get this thing on the road. Cool. David, how's it going, man?
Right, you're very right. Thank you, man. I love it.
That is it, man. That is it. I'm trying to encourage Alan to do more of those videos here. So let's quickly check on that video. Come on. Is it upload is taking too long? I'm going to try one more time. Oh, hold on. Hold on.
Do you know, Niels, I could try to play it from my side and just switch the camera if you want. If you want to try that.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to pretend to know what the hell I'm doing.
Really don't like my vegetables, but I'm not cheap for them. I don't like butternut. This one is going.
Did you at least hear that?
I heard that.
Okay, so share screen.
My impending doom.
Let's do that. Yeah. So I'm going to hide that. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to put that one on full screen. And I'm going to just reverse this. I'm going to do that again.
Really don't like my vegetables, butternut, cheap for them. I don't like butternut. This one is going to get it. He's going to get it, man. This butternut is going to get. Oh, damn. Okay, second shot will be better. The sword's not sharpened. That's my excuse. And gotcha. Vegetarians out there, eat your hearts out. Poor butternut is getting savage. Gotcha. And again, I got to just slice. And that guy, he's crying out in pain. He's being dismembered. Slowly and surely, that butternut is feeling the wrath. Oh, vegetarians be quiet. Okay, Let's get another shot over there. This poor guy deserves it. And there he goes. But now it's time for the money shot. We need to angle the camera so we get some of the sunset in there. And through the button not hot. Kapow. There he goes. He's gone. He's on a string. He's swinging in the wind. He doesn't know where else to go. We need one more shot from this guy. Can we do it? Yep. There it is again.
Alan, buddy. That is just freaking cool, man. I wanted to download a bit more, a couple more of your sword things. Have you got that sword with you, within arm's reach?
I do.
Come on,
I've got two. I'm working on two at the moment. So
I want to know what was up with the glove. Wearing the glove there. Is the handle not finished yet?
No. The handle isn't finished. But let me show you that.
Okay.
So this is such an unpleasant thing to make. One of these. It's got a little round hole over there, and then it's got a square groove cut over there. And that entire thing fits over there. And so when you're holding this with a glove, it's just way more comfortable in your hand. And then I hammer fit that in, because the last thing I wanted to do was swing, miss the butternut, have this thing come off, and have the sword fly across and impale someone or the dog. Or the person who was taking the camera shot, because that would be really bad manners, and you can't really say, well, it's like butternut, because then you go, well, now it's real problems. So that's why I had a glove on.
Victor reckons you can say it will kill butternuts. Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, that is so awesome, man. And I've been really loving the content that you're putting out on those sword builds, especially with the profile dimensions and harmonics on the sword and.
Yeah.
And
so it is
debunking the whole balance point, the balancing of the knife. Yeah, the balance in a knife.
No.
That's
not the balance point. Not the balance point. That's everyone says that.
No, man.
Everyone says
it's like
you feel the sword,
groove, right? It's the same thing.
Yeah. No. Yeah, so I'm on a personal tirade at the moment to get people to do two things: change two pieces of behavior. First one, stop making knives with square handles, and stop balancing sword on your finger and saying, "Well, the balance is good." So both of those things should be changed.
What do you mean square handles? Yeah, what do you mean square handles? I paid like 50 Rand for that handle material. I want to use as much as possible. I'm not going to grind away the corners. Yeah, if I hold on to it and my fingers can't touch, it's still good.
I know.
Yeah, man.
I know.
That's why I'm trying to get guys to send me photos and we review them live. Yeah, so we give the guys some real solid feedback. Not joking with them, not taking the piss with them or anything in that way. And guys don't want to, man. I think I scared a couple of guys in the pit at Blade Show, and now no one wants to send me anything.
But it's terrifying though. So
when you go to play,
when am I going to what?
When are you going to Blade Show? Come on, Alan.
It's going to be a while still. It's going to be a while. That's probably, I would say, 2024. Yeah. It'll be a good year. Okay.
Because when you go, with you, me, Stuart, and old Jan over there, America will never be the same again, man. Well, Atlanta will definitely not be the same again.
Yeah, I know. The South African contingent can be troublemakers. I think the entire country breathed a sigh of relief when you guys left, and when Henning left. They went, whew, thank goodness. Okay, give him another year. In fact, we've got a virus. Don't come back. Come back in a couple of years' time.
That would actually not have been a bad idea. Damn it. So whoever released this virus here, the timing sucked, man. You should have just done it 6 months later. So as soon as that plane took off, you could have released the virus. Yeah. Man.
Yeah. Anyway.
Right, so
now,
the point you want to make is swords. Yeah. Now you were talking about a website that you wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah, so I spoke to a bunch of guys, and that's like the beauty of Facebook, because you can get in touch with people quite easily and say, hey, I'm having a problem with this, or can you give me advice on that? And I've spoken to a couple of guys on Facebook, and they pointed me in the direction of how to actually make the dynamics of a sword work, and which I thought was quite fascinating. I thought, let me share some of that, rather than going through the first lesson of making a sword, which is you make something that just doesn't work. It looks like a sword, but it doesn't function as a sword. And then you slowly put it together, and then you start figuring it out. But the trial and error process can take quite a while. And then it becomes a conversation of science, and that can be quite daunting for some people. So I thought I would just go through it in a fairly basic process, if that's cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, and let's see if this works. Share my screen. Let's share this over here. I'm going to share something that someone else did. It was made by a guy called Vincent LeChavier, and a guy called Peter Johnson contributed to it. And it's this thing called the Weapons Dynamics Computer. And I mean, that sounds daunting, but that sounds just like the coolest name in the world in terms of like designing something. It's like the Weapons Dynamics Computer. I love it, man. And what you would do is you capture things like the pivot points and the vibration nodes and the length and the weight and the balance dam point, and then from that you can extrapolate out, determine how that actual sword would work. So let me show you this one over here.
Wow.
This one over here. So this is the results of a sword that I was using. So you'll see, if I look at it, the weight of the sword is 783 grams. The grip is where the guard junction is. Can you see Weapons Dynamics Computer with a, looks like an oval.
Yeah, but everything's blank, man.
Is it not working out on that side?
No. So what I'm seeing is under measurements. Are you typing stuff in?
Okay. No, I'm not. I think what's happened over here is my computer's decided to stop sharing that thing. I thought maybe let's do this. This will fix it. I know how to fix computers. Hang on a second. That is a complete lie. This one over here. Do you know how to fix a computer?
You know what comes to mind? John Berger telling me that if your biggest hammer doesn't work, your problem might be electrical.
That's the truth.
Okay, I've got another screen. Add that to the stream. There we go. Okay, that's better.
Okay, so I can talk through all those measurements on the left-hand side. But what you want to look at is, if you look at that diagram in the middle, you see that arc that looks like a hourglass. The width of that arc gives an indication on the agility of the sword and how well it moves. And in that purple diagram at the bottom, which looks like, I don't know, it looks like a snail going right. That actually shows the distribution of mass across the blade. And you can see how it's really, really high where the center of balance is, and then it tapers off towards the blade. And all of that gives you an indication. So you can literally look at this picture, and from here, I could actually tell how this would handle in my hand if I was holding a sword that was built with these dimensions. But the important thing is you can go and design a sword and put in the values that you want to get the kind of dynamics you want, and then build it according to the numbers that you've captured in terms of the weight, the length, the balance point, the vibration nodes, and all of that stuff. Anyway,
that is absolutely phenomenal, man.
It is phenomenal.
Okay, so have you got access to the private chat? Well, have you got access to chat?
I'm sure I do. Let's see. Private chat, I do, yeah. Chat with host and other guests.
Okay, so other guests. So would you mind copy and pasting that URL that you just had on screen in there? And then we can share that on screen for whoever's interested in that. But that is a cool thing, man. See, now this is...
It is very cool.
I built 500 million years ago. but it's one of those things. It is a sword-shaped object here. It looked like a 1.5 hand bastard sword, but that was about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are sharing that as we speak. Yeah. So there we go. We'll leave that on there for a while. And what I can also do is just do a banner with that in. Create a new banner, scroll that there, and just add the banner. Show.
That looks
banner.
cool.
There we go.
Okay.
All right. So for anyone that's interested in that graph and going and playing around, well, there you go. Thank you. That is appreciated, brother. Okay, so I want close-ups of that handle on that sword.
So this is the interesting thing, though, is swords are not like knives in that they're supposed to take a hit. So you've got to hold the sword, and you should expect to take another sword on the blade and on the guard. So when you make a knife, you don't make it expecting a shot on the guard. So you never really think, well, if it takes a knock, what's it going to do? But a sword, you do have to. So this entire thing, this thing over here, none of these are all pinned on. So there's a mechanical fit, not a glue fit. And that entire guy over there is going to be pinned on there as well. And then there's going to be pinning around here to keep this thing in place as well. So you can't rely on the wood that you put over here to keep this in place. Yeah.
That's freaking awesome, man. Yeah. And that's also another thing that got me on looking at a lot of guys making what they say are functional pieces. Yeah. And then they've got these bone spaces just behind the guard. And that bone is extremely brittle. And there you go. Click, the bone spacer goes, and all of a sudden you've got a loose handle. Check. I can't remember what episode of Forged in Fire. There was a gentleman that did exactly that. He made it to the finals, made a sword, and there was a bone spacer in the front and at the back. And the first hit, Mr. David Baker did, respect, the bone shatters. And there we go. He's the cunt. Man, that was sad because it was a beautiful freaking blade.
Yeah, I know that's a problem, man. And we got it. You know what happens to us? We've got such a reliance on.
Yeah. It's like me in bronze, man. I mean, I love bronze. But in something like a main gouge, which will now go with that sword, I can't use bronze in there. Which is sad, because then I have to use steel. Yes, it is, man. My wife was telling me I just got into the Bronze Age and never left, and I'm going, hell yes. That and dark. Calling this my dark period, right?
I never thought about it like that. You are still in the Bronze Age, man.
Yes.
When are you coming out?
One of my projects is actually make a complete fucking bronze dagger. Like complete, done, everything, handle, everything. Complete bronze dagger. And I'm making a takedown. No, it's going to be one piece. You want to take it down? Well, you have to break it. Yeah, then I'll show the guys use super glue in knife making. Yeah, and that's nowhere, except if you're using bull, because then make sure you've got 5 or 6 tubes of super glue. Otherwise, ain't going to happen, man. And Luan has just stopped in. Are you going to join me, Luan? Come on, man. Drag a chair closer. Come on, Offie.
I can see any upload of it.
Yeah, okay. Our internet connection. He's just coming. He's in my shop to complain about the internet speed, right?
Run, come and complain about the Bronze Age you're still in.
Sorry?
I was going to say, Ruan should come and complain to you about the Bronze Age that he's still stuck in, and maybe start saying, Dad, let's get to the Iron Age or something else. Let's move to the Damascus period. No. That's where we need to go.
So all you need to do is just check the paraffin in the router. This is Africa. It's a real thing, yeah? Paraffin powered routers. The question is asking whether the Vikings used this method. Chris, now I'm going to take the piss, man. The Vikings didn't use rapiers, right? So they couldn't have used the method. Unless you had an extra tall Viking, yeah, and they had to make him a really long sword, and his name was Rapier.
Chris, you're going to find a massive difference in terms
of construction.
Yeah, so you look at an Elizabethan sword. This entire thing is going to be much longer. Like if you look at a Viking sword, that handle is going to come right there. It's not going to be this extended handle, which means that there's not much agility in that sword. But what they did is there's a huge amount of tapering over here that goes through it. And that blade, they started 5 millimeters and it'll be as little as like 4, 3.5, all the way through to the end. It's an incredibly light blade. And when you pick up one in your hand, it's wonderful. They feel great.
I have got Google open at the moment. Geez, okay, my internet connection really sucks, man. And the first thing that comes back is Ulfbert. Yeah, but I want to find a picture of a Viking sword. So if you think about all of these
pictures, fake or real. You've got to decide if it's fake or real.
Oh, that's a thing. We can do that. Let me just share my screen here. All right. So the first, is it on there? Yeah. Okay. So the first thing that you will notice from all of these, let's call them relics. All right. All of these finds. And if you follow my cursor on screen, left top one, you'll see there's a lack of a handle. Lack of handle. I'm talking about the wood part. Yeah. And like Alan explained, is these things are properly mechanically fitted, and that's why you see all of these, and the handles, the pommel at the back are still intact. And that is, I mean, look at this baby, yeah, completely shot, man. Well, there's two of them, and this one has got gold inlays and the whole works, and I believe there's a nicer little picture of it. And look at that one. I have no idea, but someone took some blow dry to it. Yeah. Tied it up in 4 places. Probably thinking of his wife there. Oh, the guy's sleeping tonight. I don't know. Where is that one? Oh, look at that, man. We need to go there. Oh, please don't show any porn. This is the dodgy thing about going onto okay. onto the internet in a live session, yeah. You've got no idea what you're gonna get, man.
That is gonna be too
funny. There's another world to see the internet speed in Africa, yeah. Okay. That's a nice color palette. Thank you. That's at Pinterest.
So while you're doing it though, Niels, these swords were made like 800, 900 AD, and they're literally, the construction in one of these swords is absolutely, it is phenomenal for the time that it was made. They were so ahead of their time. Yeah. And for me, a katana and one of these swords, the technical ability of the people that made them was incredible, and the science behind them was incredible as well. You can't dismiss the one and say the other one is better than the other. The construction that goes into
look at this thing.
So sound.
That is just sexy. Yeah? That is just sexy. But anyway, I want to show you, so seeing that we're now on Pinterest. See, this is what happens if you don't plan, yeah? So there's Pinterest. Then you go to Daggers and Swords on mine. And then you go and find, where the hell is Rapier? There we go, Rapier. So you can see the difference between main gouge pins, 225, and Rapiers is only 97. Yeah. Sorry, man. The main gouges, they win.
Do you look at new main gouges and you think, you know what, I'm going to make that one. I'm going to make that one. I'm going to make that one. Or do you look at it and say, I've already made one? Whew, I don't have to make any more. I've already made one. I've done that.
No.
Because
I made the first one, and then I realized that's a fair amount of work for a first try. So let's go and try to make a proper one next time. So I am planning another one. See all this
really?
Yeah. So this is my fourth wall. So I've got designs that I've liked, that I've drawn. Some of them I've made actually, blah, 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 blah. But this one here, that one there, you see the guard shape, yeah? So this one here is the planning on the new one.
Yeah.
So we've got the outlines drawn up. So all the technical specification on it is already drawn up. Now I just have to go and make it my own. Yeah. So
can I ask a silly question?
Yes, sir.
Are you going to use bronze in this?
In that one, yes, I am actually.
Oh, okay. Cast
if everything goes according to plan, no. It'll be a really thin sheet. I'll be casting a rectangle of bronze and then running it through my rolling mill to get it thin and nice. And then I'll take it to a mate of mine who is going to laser cut the bronze, and then I'm going to inlay that in metal. Because I don't want to do silver or gold or anything in that line. I mean, that's just too tacky. I can go and do gold. I've got a quote for silver sheet, yeah? So fine silver, 99.9% fine silver, 1.6 millimeters thick, 200 mil by 200 mil. It's 18,500 rand. And that is my wife, as a goldsmith, that's the price that she buys it at, not what it actually retails for. So there goes that idea. Yeah. I was planning is saying, hey, we're doing this entire rod out of fine silver, yeah? And we do gold, 24 karat gold inlay in there. And the raw materials on the silver and the gold, we were at like 60-something thousand rand. And I'm thinking, fuck, I can buy a car for that amount of money. So no, we're not going to do that. No, we're not going to do that. But
It would be beautiful. It would be absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. But I mean, this thing here has got my attention. Look at that.
So you're thinking about doing the main ghost with that kind of engraving on the actual handle, or you're thinking about a sword like this?
No. I'm just you that's into the whole rapier thing. Because that is not just a weekend's work, that.
Yeah, that is beautiful though. Yeah.
I mean, that is okay. But anyway, I'm going to kill this. Alan, sir, let's remove that. Yeah. And then kick that share. Where the hell is the share? Let's kick the share. Okay. So, what are you working on currently, man?
So just the swords. So the swords.
There's the other one.
So this is the rapier that I made a while ago, and this is going to be redone. So I'm going to redesign that, and it's going to be quite similar to the one that you were actually looking at. It's going to be
uphill.
So this will be the next one. But the challenge with this thing is the rapier is, the length of this. Look at this.
What is that? 1.1 meters on the blade.
Yeah, it's about. Total length is about 1.3, and the blade length itself is it's a little bit more than a meter long. And it's just wonderful. I love this. So I'm gonna redo that, and then it's gonna be I'm going to do it based on what I know now.
So that's about that long.
It's a big one,
dude. You could give a guy a proper clap with that.
Yeah.
So there was the other thing. Do you think during the French Renaissance they started off with pokey little things like this? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you challenged, you slapped the guy with your glove. All right. But you happen to challenge a big guy that you went and said, you went home, you go, okay, I'm going to leave the short one. I'm going to take the longer one. And there's one bird that had a mate that's a blacksmith, and he said, fucking make me something that is like this long, right? So I don't have to get close to the point. I think that's where that started. It started with two oaks on the internet talking crap. We started over a beer saying, you know what, I think I could probably do that. Hold my beer.
And then it escalated rather quickly from there to a sword fight on the common on Saturday morning, man.
Let me just see. Sorry, I want to try to find that post, and I can't pin the bloody post. But let's run that banner. Yeah, but I want to make that banner. Sorry, I want to make that scroll across, and then show the banner. Show the banner.
Cool.
Okay. So now let's see if I can do comments while we do this. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah, there were two very smart guys who knew what they were doing that put that together.
Oh, there we go. We covered that one. Excellent. Jack says, thank you. He's bookmarked it. YouTube watch blood. What is this? I don't know. I'll need to go and check that out. Sean, I'm going to say thank you. An absolute pleasure, but it is all Mr. Alan Mitchell. Yeah. Not Antoni. Welcome, buddy. Windpomprouter. Yes. That's a thing. Sorry, man. I've got my camera sitting right in front of the screen, so I can only read half the comments. I'm trying to run through this really quickly. Alan, have you got something intelligent to tell us? Aside from, look, you've already amazed everyone out there with your knowledge on rapiers. Yeah. And the fact that you're building number 2 and number 3, that is number 2 and 3, right?
Yeah. So these ones, these are pretty much the blade length and the design of this is similar to something called a spadroon, which was an officer's sword, but it would have one of those. It would have a rapier style guard, almost like a swept hilt guard with a thumb knuckle or bone knuckle guard in it. And what I decided to do was this is based on a sword from a 15th century Italian sword that the original weighed 450 grams. And it was about the length of this, which is just shy of a meter. 450 grams. This 450
grams.
Yeah, it was a hollow ground blade that was fillet knife sharp. It was this incredibly thin, sharp sword that literally, I can imagine that it must have felt incredible in the hand. So I wanted to do something similar to that, though. Yeah, so that's what this one is about. Yeah. At 450 grams is incredibly light. But then you realize that you look at these two-handed, three-handed swords, you look at the claymores and the bigger swords, and they end up weighing, 2-3 kilograms. But with two hands, you can get the leverage on it, though. And you can imagine if you were facing someone with a sword that big, they had to hit you once, and that was the end of it. But if you had a sword that was kind of small and light, all you got to do is get in with one stab, and that's the end of the show. That's it. So it's not,
give something like that to a guy that really knows how to use it, and before you can blink your eyes, you would have been cut. You would be known as Baloney van der Berg. Yeah,
Baloney.
It would be Victor, yes, the Vikings did use mechanical fits on the handles and the pommels, especially on that double stack pommel on the back that we like on Viking swords. There's normally 2 mechanical pins. So you've got the guard front, and you've got the back guard, which just sits under the pommel, and then the tang is pinned onto that back guard, and then you've got a cap that's pinned onto the back guard, and the back guard and that cap forms the pommel. So yes, it's a complete mechanical fit. They didn't have super glue, or Genchem. No.
So you know what I was thinking? It's kind of unusual though. Niels, you love making a war axe. Number 1. Number 2, you also look like a Viking. So number 3, we have to assume that there's a possibility that you could be a Viking, because Vikings generally, from what I've read and researched, they wouldn't go into battle with their sword, swinging a sword. They would actually go in with a lance or a war axe. That was the preferred weapon. You would only pull your sword out. If you absolutely need to.
The main thing that people realize is the Vikings were actual farmers. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
They didn't go rape and pillage 7 days a week, 24/7. It was only in the off season. Yeah. So they winter.
When there wasn't rugby on TV.
This, like every South African, during summer vacations, they want to go down to the beach. And these guys stayed on the beach. So they reckon, hey, let's go rape and pillage. Let's go check what's on the outside of the ocean. They stumble across this church, there's all these oaks and their monks. And now thinking about Vikings, I mean, they sneaks up and looks through the window and he says, there's gold in here. He walks in and says, give me your gold. And these guys don't protest. That's easy picking. Yeah. Once again, theories, man. I read that somewhere on the internet, so it must be true.
It could well be true.
But Vikings, they were farmers, yeah, and same as burial times. When the lord of the castle said, "Hey, we're going to go and clap the oak next door because I don't know, he farted next to me while having dinner." For whatever reason he needed. He called up all the peasants, and the peasants were supposed to bring their own stuff. And that's why in all the movies you see the peasants in pitchforks and axes, because axes was like a thing. It wasn't made for war, it was made for chopping down fucking trees. It works on a tree, well, it'll definitely work on a human.
Yeah.
So it does.
And a Viking sword, I mean, a Viking sword wasn't meant to go and slam into a wooden shield or a steel buckler. It wasn't, it wasn't meant to take that kind of damage. It was literally used as it was something to show your status, but you would pull it out if you absolutely needed to. You weren't going to run into battle swinging your Viking sword above your head.
Yeah.
Maybe
so
you go in
not like
Lord
of the Rings. So it's definitely not like Lord of the Rings where you've got a dwarven axe that is literally as big or 3 times as big as the torso of the actual human, but you've got a midget carrying it. Yeah. This is me. So if you got offended with me saying midget, fuck, hold up. You're going to be scared. You're going to probably cry tonight. Now I lost my train of thought, man. Damn it. I think I really should not be online. Hold on. Here's another one with midgets. I'm not going to go there. I was going to say, look, I know Rick is also saying thank you. He bookmarked it. I'm going to say about short waves. I saw a meme today. There's I think it's a crowd of 8 or 9 midgets around, and it's saying, look, government is finally allowing people to get together in small groups, and that was funny, man. Sorry, that's my humor. Honorable members in the house, welcome. Good evening, man. Kind of means a 3D print doing it on Sandcast. Can you do a 3D print and then Sandcast? If you've got a blade or a dagger in mind, yes, you can. So what I suggest you do is go to my Pinterest, yeah, and then under daggers and swords reference there is bronze daggers, and then go and draw up. Just don't try to design your fucking fantasy weapon that you saw in some other game, which some other Chinese dude behind a computer as a 3D render artist decided, look, he's going to put some other fucking weird ass texture on this thing. Don't go and do game art, yeah? Says the guy that's done a couple of game builds. But don't do it. Go and replicate. If you want to do something like that, honorable member, take the advice. We've spoken about this, yeah? Go and copy a relic. Go and copy a bronze sword that you see there. And I've got, I think it's 200 or something of them pinned in there. And these things are just absolutely exquisite. Go and do that. And then it's worthwhile doing the sand casting in bronze. Yeah. And then you can do the patina on it and you can make yourself a relic. Done. A proper relic. And you swing that thing, if you've got the ratios correct, like I don't say. Yeah, if you do the proper research, you can make a historic piece that actually not just looks historic, but is historically accurate, and you can do it properly. But yes, I will most probably send you the photo, and you model it, and I'll cast it. How's that? Now put it out there. It's not like I don't know someone that doesn't builds casting furnaces. Yeah, I built them.
Isn't it that guy?
Yes, it is. It's the guy left to my right or left from my right ear. He builds them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've actually, in the batch I'm building now, I finally replaced my own one, which was
Really?
the one I built. And then, I did a
This is the
photo
prototype.
of this thing going and smelting brass. And then someone saw
Yeah.
that on Instagram, phoned me up. Hey, dude, is that thing for sale? I'm going, give me a call back tomorrow. I'll do the costing. I took the costing. I said, this is how much I want, 6,500. He says, cool, I'm on my way. That's where it's started,
See,
man.
you know what I wanted to do? You tell me,
Thanks,
how
buddy.
possible is this?
Anything.
So putting these fittings together for a sword an absolute nightmare. I want to do this in steel. How can I get this cast in steel? What do I need to do that?
Well, you need to, so hold on. Let me get my melting chart here. So iron will melt at 1,539 degrees Celsius. That's pure iron. Now you add carbon to it. Carbon doesn't have a melting point, by the way.
Yeah.
Which is the problem.
So
and
now,
one of the things that we, oh, hold on, I lied. Carbon doesn't have a melting point. Carbon, no, it does not have a melting. Oh, my chair broke. Carbon does not have a melting point. Yeah, so you can't melt carbon. So anything and everything, if it's natural material, will actually turn into carbon. Done, but you can't destroy. You can't melt carbon. But you can dissolve carbon atoms into iron, which gives us steel.
Yeah.
Steel melts at 1,539. Yes. So my casting furnace actually gets to that, and the reason I built them was specifically for me to play with woods.
Okay, so we can actually get all the way to melting point of steel in one of your furnaces.
Yes, we can.
Oh,
I am just looking for. It's not magnesium. Come
unicorn.
on.
It's a unicorn.
What are we adding to steel to make the grain finer? Not molybdenum.
Okay, it is going to be.
I, the symbol I. Ni.
If it was bread, it would be yeast. Is it yeast?
No. Oh, come on, you freaking slim oaks out there. Come on.
Ni, nickel. That's what you said. It's not nickel.
No, it's not nickel. Oh, come on. Vanadium. I'm waiting for vanadium oxide. And as soon as I've got vanadium oxide, I have got wrought iron, old-fashioned wagon wheels, wrought iron that I've already cut into small little pieces. And I will be doing a vanadium. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, there, the engineer coming to our rescue. It's appreciated. All gold tomato sauce. I did Nola mayonnaise. I should have known it. Nola is the thing. Yeah. But as soon as I've got vanadium, then it's green bottle glass, which as it melts steals up the crucible at the bottom, at the top, so you don't get oxygen into the mix. Blah 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 blah. So we've got Matthew Parkinson that's been playing around with that. Well, he's done quite a few of those, and then Jamie has done a couple of those as well. Yeah, man. So I know guys that've got it. I know guys that've been playing around for this for a while, and I want to do it. Yeah, so I ordered some vanadium powder, vanadium oxide powder.
Yeah.
And I'm following a specific recipe that I came across that the guy seems to be getting some really cool results from. But also speaking to Swartzer. Yeah, so Steve, Mr. Steve, Mastersmith Steve Swartzer, not Mr. Steve Swartzer. I mean, this guy's just a trailblazer, yeah. So I don't want to go and, hey, Steve, come on, give me a recipe, and I don't have access to this stuff yet. I know for a fact I need vanadium oxide because you can melt down steel. You need something to promote that fine grain, because I don't want to go through all that fucking mission, just make something that looks like it. I want something that is actually functionally comparable to the original stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
And then I do have a client that bought one of my stiletto daggers that reckons that he can get hold of some of the ore in the original Jordanian mine, where in Woods, close to Woods, where they believe the original ore was mined. So he could get he could get his hands on that. But then whatever is made from that needs to go to the Crown Prince of Jordan, which I will not have an issue with. Yeah. So yes, I've been reaching out and sorry.
Is the Crown Prince of Jordan going to buy the sword or the knife after you make it, though?
Well, I'm not known for making shit for free.
So there's only one person that can buy it.
Yeah, so that'll be obviously some other trade-off or something, but 1, 2, 4, 8 for what? I don't know what that is about.
I think that's Sean's cell phone number, Jack, that you sent us.
So Rick was saying he was standing there saying, "Vanadium, it's vanadium." Yeah, man. So so that's pretty much what we wanted. Have you got anything else you want to cover? Or are we just going to hang?
You know, I've got a bunch of things that I can tell you about swords, but I mean, you know, I don't know if you want, we can talk about it. Oh, you know what I was thinking of doing? Two things. I was thinking about doing a Fruit Ninja special. So butternut and others. So that was plan number one, and then plan number two was actually putting together a YouTube video on sword dynamics. Just a half an hour that goes into some of the detail. Just so people, if you want to make a sword, have a look at it and give an idea of what you should think about before you start.
Dude, I'd say get the Fruit Ninja thing out of the way, and then do the YouTube video.
Fruit Ninja, okay. Cool. Let's see
so the Fruit Ninja one will have to go onto Instagram, and then you do the YouTube video. Yeah. Have you ever used a homemade furnace type where you use old car oil to drip on a small charcoal bed? The oil burns are very hot and makes absolutely no smoke. That sounds like an African myth. That sounds like something someone in cabinet would come up with. I'm sorry, someone in authority might come up with an idea like that. And then we end up buying ambulances from China. Motorbike ambulances.
That sounds like that could be interesting, man. I've done it with a bride. I remember I did that with a bride.
You did that with a bride?
Yeah, it wasn't car oil though. It was like car oil, but it dripped on a small charcoal bed. The oil burnt off, and there was a little bit of smoke. No one was injured, but it was work for a bride.
And how did the choppies turn
out? Lekker.
They were good?
Very nice. They weren't cooked in car oil. They were in olive oil. It was different. It was fantastic.
But yeah, I've been
again this weekend.
I'd say researching, but I mean, have you ever searched YouTube for waste oil burners? Man, there is some stuff that's been completely fucking hacked together, where the guys are running smelting furnaces with these things, right? And I've had numerous calls for guys reaching out and saying they want to run waste oil burners. So I've obviously done the research, and you get the basic hack together one, and then you get like a completely freaking over-engineered, it looked like a jet-powered fucking thing with an afterburner. It's got a first afterburner, then it's got a second afterburner, then a third chamber. This burner ends up this long, but this thing reaches something stupid like 280,000 degrees Celsius. So much so that the burner disintegrates within a half an hour. You know what I'm saying? Well, if you could do that, then but then also the dude that did the video, right, is a rocket scientist.
Yeah.
Now, I've been on the record so many times saying blacksmithing or bladesmithing isn't rocket science, but this guy just proved me wrong on so many fucking levels. It's not even true. I'm pretty sure that they could launch the rockets going to Mars using recycled oil, honorable member.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm going to have to pass, man. And this guy that gave me the thing, he says, look, if you can build one for $500, he'll take 400 of them. So he's obviously got big plans for up in Africa. Yeah. But for $500, yeah, there's no fucking way I can do that, man. Cast pistons, rings, and other metal parts. Listed generator. Oh, nice, man. Does he do that in steel? Does he cast in steel or does he cast in aluminium? Because he casts in steel, then I'm going to need to give you my cell phone number, which is going to go in here now. Please, please, please give this to your family member and have him give me a call. Because I need someone that can cast in steel for me. I've got a steel part that I want cast, and I will do 100 at a casting, probably twice a year. So it's not going to be big batches, but I'm fed up with machining this shit. I want to cast it and done.
And is this one of the forge parts or something else?
Yeah, the burner, man. The main reducing chamber and the burner. The guys, I used to buy them at, let's call the reducers at 150 Rand a unit. And now it's 450 Rand a unit. So it is just, the guys are taking the piss. They seriously are. These guys that almost bellied up during lockdown are now trying to make money. So, for instance, just a ordinary pressure gauge, a 0 to 250 kPa pressure gauge, which used to be 475 Rand, is now 680. Right? Double the price. Just fucking, well, it's not double the price, but damn it, man, $200 in 6 weeks. Because I ordered 40 weeks ago and done. This is now they telling me, look, the quote you gave you is obviously only valid for 15 days. I'm saying, hey, but I fucking paid that quote. That's it. Now they're saying, no, you need to give us so much more. I'm saying, I placed the order. All right, I phoned you guys. You gave me a quote. I paid the fucking quote. Now deliver. Now they can't. Done. Today. Give me my money back. Done, man. I ain't going to pay you extra.
The price of your forges and your forges hasn't moved in, what, 4 years though, Niels? They've stayed the same.
No, in
2 years. 3,800 Rand. And they
2 years. So this year, because I'm no longer including the gauges,
so
I decided to keep the price the same, going for this year. But next year, that we're going to have to adjust, man. But also, I mean, I've shopped around, and I now buy in bulk. So the discount that I get just leaves the price the same. I don't need to up the price. We're doing fair business on those. But man, January, February, March was the worst we've seen in the last 11 years in sales. And that part and parcel was one of the reason why I decided to close down or scale down Black Dragon Forge and focus on the art stuff only. So on Niels van der Berg knives. But sales over the last 3 weeks have been absolutely mind-boggling. I mean, I built a bit of stock just to sell the odd maybe 2 forges a month, and I mean we bought 30 bags of cement, refractory cement, last week Thursday. It's finished, cost done, 30 bags.
Wow.
Now to build 30 forges is not costing me 10,000 Rand. That's the fucking problem. It is. It's costing me a fortune, man, and a fortune I don't want to spend. Because we don't know what the hell will happen tomorrow.
So why did you? That's bizarre that you would suddenly have a spike in the sale of forges. So you have a quiet period at the beginning of the year when everyone's in lockdown.
yeah, there's a lot of guys that said, hey, but I could have been doing this, I could have been doing both steel and aluminium. The fuck, that doesn't help me anything, man. From Peterstein in the Oranje Free State, and then he forked off to Australia in 2000s. Okay. Thanks, brother. That's appreciated, man. So if anyone knows anyone in South Africa that does steel casting, yeah, I don't know, let's call it like plumbing parts. Yeah, you know that plumbing parts that you screw them together. Yeah, if anyone knows where those things are made locally, because they're not imported, by the way, if you know where they are made locally, please get a hold, reach out and let me know, because I desperately need some parts cast, man. I mean, today I built 10 burners, but it took me 4.5 hours to do the machining on them. Because I don't care what the thing looks like on the outside. Yeah. What is extremely important is what the flow rate is on the inside.
Yeah, so you need
and that's what guys
with the right
burners out of plumbing parts, screwing them in together. They just miss the fucking boat completely. But anyway, and I'm done. If your burner consists out of plumbing parts, I didn't sell you the fucking forge. It's as easy as that. I'm not going to maintain your forge for you.
Do you know, there's probably a factory out there that's got like 100 midgets in it that are busy making those parts. And because of your comments earlier, they'll just double the price on you.
Yeah, man, there's a dude on the internet, local, selling a forge for $1,800.
Yeah.
$1,800.
How does he do that?
I think he makes like $200 in his pocket.
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. He obviously gets everything shipped for free. He gets the stuff for free.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know how he eats. I don't know. It's for the love of the cause, obviously. But man, anyway, I'm not bitching and moaning. Once again, I shouldn't be online. Honorable member, he's going to find out. Rick is saying, yeah, man. The shipping cost is absolutely insane. I'm not afraid to admit that I've done a fair bit of buying from AliExpress, right? And I saw a small little part on there, which wasn't for me overly expensive. It was $1,800 for it. Unfortunately, it's in metal and it weighs 15 kilograms, and they wanted 6,500 rand on shipping. So then I said, okay, hold on. My wife for the mushrooms, I need a vibrating station. So it is a 10-disc oscillator that you find in these humidifiers. Yeah, it's a little disc that oscillates and it atomizes. It's called an atom. There we go. And it atomizes the water, and now it creates this cold. So we need that to up the humidity in the not the grow room, the fucking whatever. Yeah, where the mushrooms come out. I don't know what the technical terms are. Yeah. She's got specific names for these things. Yeah. Now pre-lockdown, I can buy the entire unit for $1,700. Yeah, but she didn't want me to buy it. No, she's gonna just stick with the stuff she has, and so we built the spawn room, which cost me an absolute fucking fortune because it's positive pressure, blood are completely sealed, and carbon filters, and you have to replace the volume of air in there every 10 minutes. So it literally but anyway, so that thing's built, and that obviously didn't cost me just 10 rand. But now that same unit that I could buy and import for 1.4, right? The unit is now 1.8, and the shipping is 3 grand.
Yeah.
Here's the box. You can see it was opened by FedEx, right? Yeah. And this contains 2 axes and 2 daggers.
Yeah.
That I've been paid for. That was booked in with FedEx and made it to OR International Airport. FedEx opened it, and the airline refused to take it because it was fucking knives and axes.
Really?
And then I called attention to the label saying, hey, on the label it says knives and fucking axes.
What country was this going to, though?
China.
Huh.
Yeah. Museum art in China. He is a purveyor. So he buys knives and sells.
Yeah.
And so he bought two of
Yeah.
my daggers, two of my axes. And that's a pretty fucking penny, that.
So how do you
really
now get into China?
So DHL is coming to pick it up tomorrow.
Okay.
And if that fails, then we'll do DGI, Dangerous Goods International.
Yeah.
And now this is the thing. I now have to ask people whether I need to pay extra for service. Because I phoned them on Monday for a fucking quote. It's Thursday. I still haven't got it.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is going to, here's photos of everything in it. So we want to do this legally, right? Because it is a load of Tom. That package is worth, it's worth more than my car. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I want it insured. So you're not going to put camping goods on the package, yeah? It's not a 200 rand fucking knife that's in there. And the guy going to, he wants it in good nick because he's going to make some real money reselling those things.
Yeah.
And I'm just honored that he reached out and said, hey, I like those pieces. Would you mind selling them to me? And his no issues when it comes to the money, man. The price was agreed upon on the Thursday. No, on the Wednesday, the Friday, Monday, done. And now we have problems shipping it.
Yeah, getting it out of the country. I know, I've been having the same problems recently. Yeah.
So I don't know, man. So shipping to the States, shipping to the UK is not an issue, but anything going out to the East is an issue.
Yeah.
It really is an issue. And the guys don't want to carry anything that is of high value or is classified as a dangerous weapon. So good luck in Australia. So the China and Australia. And then stuff coming in, if it's via freight, you're going to pay through your freaking neck. Because it's before it leaves China, it sits in quarantine for 15 days, and then when it hits South Africa, it sits in quarantine for another 15 days. And you, as the client, are actually being charged for the square meter footage per day that it sits in quarantine. So another way to just make a bit of bucks. But anyway,
I know it was a lot faster.
Yeah, man, flight it. I was thinking of renting a rowboat. I should have been there right now. Fuck, man. So, Rick, I guess, man. Damn it. Even the States, if we're shipping to the States, there's a COVID importee. So a package that cost me, for instance, brooches, any brooches to Alex Steele or to Dirk, Pop's Knife Supplies. Yeah. So that package usually cost me prior to lockdown 800 rand. And then I said, look, if you order X amount, it's for free. Now that same package is costing me 1,800 rand.
Wow. So the question becomes: does it go back to normal prices after COVID? I mean, do we see a return to what it was before, or are they going to carry on milking it?
That was a very good question. I was actually asked that earlier in the week, and I've got a philosophy. When the petrol price drops, only the petrol price drops. Yeah. When the petrol price goes up, everything goes up. But then a month later, petrol price drops again, nothing else comes down. So I've got the same theory that's going to happen here. What you're paying for shipping now, that's what you're going to fucking pay for shipping. But I don't know. If it drops, well, I don't know. I don't know. But at least the shipping company I'm using now, I get service, which is brilliant. Yeah. But the shipping company I normally use is Joyce Stain. I don't know if you know Joyce, Peter and Joyce Guild. So I use Joyce.
Yeah, I've heard about her doing shipping.
And dude, she's during the last 150 days has probably shipped 16, 17 packages for me. And they get there. It just takes forever, but finally they get there. I've got 3 packages that have now been sitting in customs, not to be cleared. They've been cleared already. Everything is cool, but waiting for a flight to go out to UK and then to the US. And the one package has been sitting there for 4.5 weeks, man. 4.5 weeks.
Is it in quarantine, or is it just did it get COVID
No,
and
no,
now it's in
they-
hospital and they need to treat it before they send it?
No, there's a backlog of packages that need to go out, and there's only X amount of planes, and there's only it's not a taxi where they could strap it on the roof, or hook a fenter trailer at the back of it. So the guys are just charging, well, I don't know, exuberant rates. But the nice thing is that the guys on our side, so Joyce and the freighting company that's actually their rates haven't increased.
Yeah.
At all. It has increased. So someone's making money, and it's not the people that should be. But anyway, hold on. Rika's saying something. Like that.
Yeah, it took them a while to get to the last episode, and then they said, right, let's start making knives.
Yeah, but I honestly believe that, to get back to that thing, I honestly believe it's the guys that sat and they said, you know what, I could have been doing this. So the last 100 days, if I spent an hour doing this, I would have, my learning curve would have been like that. I mean, you spend 100 days doing something for 1 hour just per day, you'd get fucking pretty good really, really fast, yeah?
Yeah.
And I should have actually taken that advice.
Dirk at Pop's Knife Supply, and he was saying that they haven't had business as good as it's been during COVID forever. They were selling more than they ever imagined they would because everyone's stuck at home. So what are we going to do? Well,
yeah, man.
We watched Forge and Fire. We're going to make knives. So who knew? And then suddenly
excellent. And that's why
buying furnaces and forges from you.
Yeah, but during lockdown, nothing. So mid-level 3, all of a sudden, all these inquiries came through. It's like someone said, okay, you can now go and buy shit again. I mean, there was even a meme carrying around saying, no, you don't need anything from Take a Lot today. Somebody sent me that. And strangely enough, it's like half an hour before that, I actually ordered stuff. I mean, just speaking to a local, the dude that does the career guy run to me, Andrew, he's a really cool guy, and every time he gets here, we offer him a glass of water or Oros or a coffee, and he always refuses because he's always in a hurry. A package he picked up on Tuesday, he only picked up at 7:30 on Tuesday evening. Yeah, so he phones me up. He says, "Can I come pick it up?" I'm like, fuck, if you're willing to drive down my road at 7:30 in the evening to come and pick up a package, thank you, buddy. That's all I can say. Thank you. And so I asked him, so what time do you start working? He reckons he's currently working from 7 a.m. till 11 in the evenings, just to cope with the load on our route in farms. Which is
but you know, the good thing is he probably thought, I'll go see Niels. It'll be like a little game drive at night. How awesome would that be? I mean, I wouldn't mind driving down your road at 7:30 at night.
Dude, it's dark out here. It's dark. It is dark. So I'm serious. It is dark. If I turn my lights out, the spray lights that is outside, if you turn that off, you can't see your hand through your face, man. Unless it's a full moon, then you can see for kilometers. But if it's not, holy crap, it gets dark out here, man.
Yeah.
I mean, my closest neighbor is 180 meters from me. Yeah. So if it's power out, like a load, then it's dark, man.
That's
it's
in
dark Africa. It is dark. All right, buddy. I am gonna have to say let's wrap this up.
Super. Niels, it was great speaking to you again. Yeah, it was nice to see your face and have a chat about knives and swords, man. It was like
Yeah, man. I think what we need to do is, if you're up for it, I'm seeing we mentioned Dirk. I have spoken to him, and he sent me photo work and the whole thing, and we would have done this. And then I had the whole rebuilding is up and running, and blah, 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 blah. So I think what we need to do is I'll get in contact with Dirk. I'll schedule a time. I'll let you know, and then let's have a bit of a talk. Yeah?
That'll be great. I haven't spoken to him in ages. Yeah.
And then we'll get Dirk to I don't know, something that is absolutely, truly American, not truly African. So, do something he has that he's only ever seen in States. I think that.
Yeah. That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Let's definitely do that. And I think we should do part of the show in Afrikaans as well.
That'll be brilliant. That. So I can make one of these things. Hold on. Oh, I can't change my brand, can I? Hold on. Can I brand to Blake? Can I?
Oh,
here we go. I can do that.
Yeah.
Like, the shape plug thing. Come on, show up.
I see it. I can't see you anymore, though.
No.
You have a mic-shaped head.
So we got that, and then we can do a Q&A with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. My machine obviously needs a bit of a restart. Okay, so cool. Right, I say thank you for your time. It's really appreciated. We've run 20 minutes over. I'm sorry. Tell the wife and say hello. And next time I will end at 1:45. That's the joke of the day, by the way. All right, man. Thank you for hanging, buddy. It's been appreciated, man.
Lovely, man.
Thank
Good
you
to speak to you again, Niels.
Yeah, and where can the guys get a hold of you if they've got any questions?
Alan Mitchell Blades on Instagram. That's it. Yeah. There you go. Got questions about swords?
Do you prefer
I'll help if I can. Instagram.
Do you prefer Instagram or Facebook?
Instagram every single time.
Man, I'll get my ass here and see if I can stream to Instagram by when we got Dirk. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Cool.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for your effort, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to say thank you, love you, leave you. I'm going to run through the comments. Who was Dave? How's it going? And then we've got Robert Cockpraat, #Cockpraat. Yeah, that's it. And Rick saying cheers, man. All right.
Cheers, Rick.
Alan, thank you for your time, sir. Appreciate it, man. Have a good one.